Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why am I smirking, or why do I have such a big smile on my face? It's because these guys are coming out, man, are showing up to the party. And that is NATO. NATO and the United States of America are not using weasel words anymore. They just finally, took their masks off and show themselves. And remember, as of now, it was just Ukraine fighting Russia, and we, United States, NATO, European Union, the whole world, the whole community were just, hey, that's not good what you do. We are neutral. We are neutral. Here's some weapons for you. But now they come out and say, hey, you gotta do this. Hey, if you do this, we do this. Hey. Now, what's next? What happened? Mr. Lukashenko, the president of Belarus, is threatened by NATO. NATO showed up. NATO, United States. But, as I said, another analogy. Tiger is Russia, and I am the trainer. I got a long pole and a whip. All right? Here I am. The pole is NATO, and the whip is Ukraine. And the tiger will not attack me. Will attack those two first. And then after it's done with those, you're going to say, hey, wait a second, it was you all the time, all along. Yes, it was me. So here you have it. NATO tells Lukashenko to take it easy, but not like that. So let's see what these guys are telling Mr. Lukashenko. I like when people come and tell you straight, I'm an this or I'm that, instead of pretending there's something else, and everybody knows who's who and what's what. They know who's behind is and who's used and who's the bottom feeder, who's the weasel and who's the mastermind. They all know. I don't know why they still have to pretend. At least now they start showing and say, hey, NATO, we're us. Hey, if you do this, we're going to do this. So let's go and see. This article comes from the New Voice, scabies. New Voice of Ukraine. It's from today, October 12, 2022. NATO urges, I urge you, when I hear that, like smack back, Lukashenko, I don't think Lukashenko can smack NATO, but, urges Lukashenko to stop supporting Russia's military actions against Ukraine. Or what? Could Russia say the same thing about you, mofos? And Poland and all those guys around that you've been actually facilitating these guys' war? Or no, because they are the bad guys and they're the good guys. Okay, got it. That's what it is. My bad. Okay, let's see. Asked what NATO thinks of the role of Lukashenko regime in this war, Stoltenberg said he shouldn't be asked. Let's start with that one. Because NATO is not involved. It doesn't mean they can't have an opinion on that, but the problem is that here this was like in volleyball. If you play volleyball, that's the middle guy in the middle with the net behind him. They all give him the ball, and he's just taking the ball out for the smasher, however you want to call it. So this is the reporter, and the smasher is Stoltenberg. Ball comes here and gets the ball up at the net. Stoltenberg jumps and spikes it. That's exactly what happens here. Ask what NATO thinks about, hey, excuse me, Mr. Stoltenberg, what do you think about Lukashenko's role? And Stoltenberg, bang! And I'm quoting, that's the smash. Well, I expect that the Lukashenko regime stops being complicit to this war. We have seen how Belarus have been used as the staging area for missile launches, air attacks against Ukraine, end quote. Totally correct, Stoltenberg. Totally correct. But here is a mirror for you, and you can use it to see your face and what did you do. And not you, because you're just a weasel. Countries associated with NATO, the member states, what did they do? They did even worse than these guys. They supplied all that all along. You can say, well, what's wrong? What's even worse than helping the Russians attack and launch attacks from their territory? That's bad. That's weasel. That's weasel behavior in part of Russia. I totally agree with that. It's not partly. totally. Okay? Why? Because they expect not to be hit. Because, hey, we are on the Belarusian territory. But what are you going to do? You provide them weapons from this territory, from, let's say, Poland, but Poland cannot be hit. And you know what I mean? And who started first? You can say, well, the Russians started first because they invaded from there. Yeah, but who was over there? Who was this? We're going to go to 2014 then with who started, and we can go to 2008, we can go to 2000, so on. But let's go back to this. The Secretary General added that Lukashenko should stop helping and supporting the Russian war efforts. Or what? Okay, he stops. Are you going to embrace him in the world community? To your bosom? Is that what you're going to do? Lukashenko announced on October 10 that Russia and Belarus had agreed to deploy a joint regional grouping of troops. Its formation has allegedly already begun. Well, earlier on October 4, dictator, excuse me, is he a dictator or what is he? Lukashenko finally admitted that Belarus is involved in the war against Ukraine. He didn't say so, but I knew these guys are going to extrapolate it like that and make it sound like that. I read the article and his comments. He didn't say, we are involved in it. But anyway, are they involved? Is that involvement? I would say yes. But if that's considered involvement, I would consider all those guys who provide weapons to Ukraine to kill Ukraine's enemy as being active participants. So however you turn it and you flip the burger, it's still gonna fall down. Because anyway, and also the dictator said that after the harvest season is over, it is necessary to quote-unquote clarify the registries of Belarus military registration and enlistment offices and to call up people in the area to see their availability. To do what? To play volleyball? Alright, the thing is, I like when people come and say, well, I'm a bully, I'm an asshole. Yeah, so what are you going to do about it? Bang, 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 bang. Anybody else? I thought so. I like that when people come and say, that's me. I don't like when people do what I just did, but say, hey, I'm actually the good guy here. I'm the guy who takes care of you. You know what I mean? I don't like that behavior. And unfortunately, the United States behaves like the second one. Like, hey, I'm the cool guy here, and smack everybody. Everybody, you do what I say? Oh, you don't do? Oh, you're going to cut some barrels, oil barrels production? All right, we're going to take care of you. What about you? Oh, you don't accept our troops over there? Oh, you don't let our interest over there, economic interest, industry? Okay, hey, Venezuela, what are you doing over there? We want Amoko to come over, or Sunoko, or whomever. But I'm the good guy here. I take care of you. I'm your daddy. Yep, so that's good. Nice. So Stoltenberg, that's great. NATO shows its thing. And what are you going to do about it? Are you going to attack them? Belarus purposely stayed out of the war because the moment out of the war, like being directly involved with troops, that's what I mean, because I think they are involved as the other ones are involved. That's how I see it. But once you help my enemy, you are on his side. You're not neutral anymore. So however you want to take it, it's just like that. Then if you think about NATO, NATO was waiting for this. If Lukashenko would have done something actively, like boom, 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 bam, 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 and roll into Ukraine, then I guarantee you NATO will be ready. Poland will be ready. Everybody would go in. That's why he said, no, Lukashenko, you stay over there, we're going to use you. But if they shoot at you, then we got a reason to, I don't know, start World War V or something. All right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.